There's the pushing, there's the shoving, there's Blake.
Zach Randolph is averaging 8.5 offensive rebounds.
Defensively. Fight for the rebound, Butler. To Gasol, again matched up by Butler. The double comes into you. They know where they'll be. Like Phillips right there. For three. Randolph got the angle. Most in Grizzlies franchise history. Third straight is to defend Griffin. Butler. Another three. Allen on the drive. Nice. We continue to run the offense through him since Randolph's been out. Allen with the challenge.
They got a big mismatch here.
Paul saw that. That's why. Beautiful pass. Butler throws it up there. Griffin
is dangerous and will make a lot of things happen for you.
All ball as Barnes is diving. Connolly on the run out.
They've been open all night.
All left free.
All right, thanks, Coach. Guys.
All right, Chris, thank you.
Guards cannot leak and get out. You've got to get back in there and help rebound.
Largest lead of the game. Bayless
look up.
Prince finds Randolph. Waits for Hollins to in there defensively on Bayless. Rotates over to Dooley because of Gasol's passing ability. Bayless for three. Dooley finding Randolph. Tough catch.
Here, the main thing is the defense. You're not giving up anything easy. Hard to foul out.
Gasol.
This guy's murder. He's murder.
Using the road wins in the series last year. Dueling on the nice feed to Randolph. And UD Memphis making more shots. 7 here in this quarter. As Prince Smith is tapped out by DeAndre Jordan. And Phillips. Out of the corner, Pondexter. Corner, DeAndre Jordan. Late clock, Butler.
Oh, it was almost behind the board, and he had no board to catch Philippa. Oh.
Well, Phillips. Basket!
14-1. Who would have thought?
Gasol on the turnaround. More success over the year. Gasol, as he came down, and DeAndre Jordan. Paul. Tipped in. Memphis opponents usually get 10 offensive rebounds a game. So well up in this series. And it's all Chris Paul right now. Of this second half. Connolly sneaks inside to Randolph. They've got to really dominate inside. Paul, as you said, just the small stuff, possession by possession. A couple of deflections took this to a short shot clock after a miss and fight for position. And Phillips physical with Connolly, no foul called. And Phillips,
because they understand this is part of the game here.
All on Griffin, he's on the bench. Lamar Odom is in.
Oh, pretty.
Gasol. It's Crawford. Odom threw it away. Connolly with that steal. Challenges Odom.
Oh,
great. Butler. Pondexter trailing. Bayless a three. Just like that. Bayless floater. Oh, messes. Tries to find anybody. Throws it inside to Pondexter to go. You're going to look up and they'll be within 2. Odom. Big hit.
He was in shape and he was at his career. 15 points and 8 rebounds in 7 games. And what he's doing here today is terrific.
Great take by Blake. Crawford. Odom with the tip. Turiaf on the board.
His prime. Leads a break. Good defensive play and make kind of interesting of where we are in expectation. Yes, which no one expected. Memphis, the #1.
Barnes, beautiful foul. Still suggesting reading, even as he's no longer the Laker coach. Bayless goes the other way. I'll pause. A terrific play by Bayless on that jump ball as well. Connolly, the reverse. Good bounce back half here.
Here it is.
Connolly on the other end. Bledsoe. And Randolph and Allen. CP3. You can only do that after a timeout in the last 2 minutes. Bledsoe off to the races again, finds Barnes. Center. Hollins is fouled by John Wall.
Talk to them. You explain, look, we're only down 1-0. We're not down in 1 of 2 games. And now you put together a game plan.
It's a team that only gave up over 100 points 11 times.
Team that drops that first game, the fight they show coming out of the second game, Bulls did it earlier tonight. Grizzlies really fighting the Clippers in this one. This was a dandy.
We had two terrific games tonight, Ernie. It was fun to be here tonight. Last night was a long night, but this was a fun night.
There were some blowouts, but not on this night. And you see Blake Griffin going to work right away, a 13-point first quarter.
Yeah, he had to come out strong on the first game. You know, he only had 10 points. Usually when you're the 1 or 2 of a 1-2 punch, have a subpar first game, second game, you must have your presence be felt and let people know who you are. That's what he did tonight.
Marc Gasol with the easy bucket inside, then Jamal Crawford doing his thing in the second when he had 10.
Yeah, he put his personal mixtape on with about 3 minutes where he was just one-on-one, going by guys, creating off the dribble, toughest shots you'll ever see go in.
As Steve Smith calls him, LA's new dance instructor. And look at the moves.
Tell you, this is his personal mixtape. So just watch it. He's got one more, I think, left.
I tell you what, America, that's one thing I got to tell y'all. You know, they don't talk about Tony Parker is the best point guard in the NBA, in my opinion. But this guy here is the most underrated, Mike Conley.
Yeah,
he was spectacular tonight. He is a terrific player.
Saw DeAndre Jordan. Now you see Matt Barnes.
The others.
And it's a 50-44 halftime lead for the Clips. Zach Randolph, a quiet first half, and he tries to get it going, goes off glass for a couple.
Those two big guys battled very, very hard tonight.
Oh, look out, photographers.
Game.
And
don't grab the camera like that. Strong man.
Pick out one you like. There you go.
Strong man. Let it go. Take that.
There's all kinds of stuff down there, including Zebo. And one more look.
There was nothing wrong with that play. That's good, hard play outside.
It's just, the guy goes into the...
You take it
out on the camera.
Please, that costs a couple of bucks.
Well, he can afford it.
How about
Gasol with the long-range jumper.
I love Marc Gasol, Ernie. Love Marc Gasol. This is I agree with Steve Webb on this play. This was just a little gutless call by the referees. Don't call no double foul.
No, that's a double foul. You can't have this going on in the game, Chuck.
Oh, my God. You call a foul on one guy the other.
That's old school basketball.
Come on, man. Stop. You
I
know,
like
listen,
that.
a double
Let him
foul.
play. Let him play.
Who should have got the foul in?
I think they should have let it go because nobody got the ball. Nobody got the ball.
Yeah,
but double foul is a
so if I punch you in the
That's
lip,
like when a
I don't
referee
get the ball, or you don't
like they
call
used to call it in college where the guy dunks the ball and they call a charge and the basket good. That's a gutless call. Stop it.
Gasol called for the foul there as he and Chris Paul get tied up.
Gasol did what he was supposed to. Them little guys on your way, you're supposed to knock the ball out of them.
Chris Paul around Darrell Arthur.
And then right back.
Get some of that.
Oh, Terry off.
Tony Allen.
Smile, Terry off. You're in the camera. You're in the
You got dunked on in French.
Caron Butler. And it's a 75-71 game after 3. Fourth quarter was a
the fourth quarter, the Clippers proved once again
that
they have the worst half-court offense in the history of basketball.
But you don't need it when you got Chris Paul.
You don't need it against a better team.
Yeah, you don't need it, but they didn't need it tonight.
Well, they did need it tonight. He had to be miraculous down the stretch. They had a 12-point lead. There was no way this game should have came down to the last play of the game.
You had to be miraculous that one time you hit the shot at the top of the key against the Spurs.
85-76.
It worked tonight.
That's
worked tonight.
There was that man again, Mike Conley.
Mike Conley was unbelievable tonight. Unbelievable tonight.
So now it's 87-84.
But you know the Clippers' offense, man, they come when they have to play in the half court. They come. Chris Paul is do or die.
Trying to beat the shot clock, and then ahead of the field.
Oh, smile.
It's Arthur, and he draws the foul from Odom, and a 3-point play to tie the game.
Man, that's a tough shot.
Goes that man.
Feel free to double him. Take it out of his hand.
2-point game.
This was a big play.
Jump ball.
And you
shot
know
clock is still winding down here. And Chris Paul said, I better get this one up. Shot clock violation. And the ball goes over to Memphis. And the Grizz will take advantage. And it's Marc Gasol.
That's how you execute a play, right?
Yeah, with bad defense. There's no way you're supposed to get a layup in that situation, a dunk. Ain't no way possible.
Game tied at 91. And
just a great shot right here. Just a great shot.
Aggressive defense, a couple push-offs.
Well, you got Tony Allen on you.
Yeah, but that's just a great play, Ernie.
Aggressive there. They let everything. They said let the players play. Both of them got away with fouls, one an offensive and one a defensive foul. Right there's a defensive foul, right there's an offensive foul.
But Ernie, you know, listen, great win by the Clippers, but man, they got to improve. Well, it's too late to improve now. The playoffs have started. They half-court offense. For that game to come down to Chris Paul being a hero, scored the last 4 baskets. They had a 12-point lead and just started walking the ball up and down the court. They don't start their half-court offense to 10 seconds to go. Then there's pressure on them on the clock. I thought Lionel made a mistake not taking the ball out of Chris Paul's hands.
Here we go, Game 3 from Memphis. Marc Gasol receiving his Defensive Player of the Year trophy from Mutombo. I don't have a Mutombo. I'm the only person involved with the NBA that doesn't have a Mutombo. I was hoping one of you guys would jump in.
I could have given you a new one.
There you go.
And I didn't understand you. That was
This
good.
was the early difference for Memphis. Zach Randolph, who had struggled in this series, foul trouble, just hadn't been productive. They got him going really early.
Well, they did, and they not just on the post-up, they put him in that mid-post area where it's really tough to double, and he was able to go to his left with his strong hand and finish at the basket.
Blake Griffin faces up, puts it on the floor, and one is good. And the Clippers were up by 3. Second quarter. Grizzlies had the lead.
And I think that's what makes Marc Gasol effective. He can step out to that 17-foot range and make those jump shots.
16 and 8 on the night for him. Final seconds of the quarter. Mike Conley with a crossover. Memphis up by 8 at the break. Third quarter. It's Zebo.
Best big man pass in the league.
Yes.
And these are the kind of baskets that he needs to get. You know, not just straight post-ups, but where he's cutting and catching the ball on the move.
Gasol misses. Zebo doing his thing on the boards.
You can't jump if Zebo puts that wood on you, baby.
Just great use of his body, position, knows exactly where he wants to be.
That's a smart way. You gotta know when to hold him and when to fold him. Back away from that one.
Jamal Crawford with the land, 10 points off the bench, but he was 3 of 10, and in between quarters, that's Jerry the King Lawler. Oh no, he's taking it out on a Clipper fan.
Oh, on the board, yes.
Is that a body, baby? Is that a body slam?
Jared Bayless taking it out on the rim. I think that is a body slam, yeah.
Great pass,
That's
Michael
just a slam. That's an alley-oop slam.
From one little guy to another little guy.
Chris Paul did not have his best night. Been so brilliant in the series. Uncharacteristically turned it over. Didn't shoot it very well.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on that for the next game.
No, probably not. Picks up an offensive foul here. Grizzlies fans probably sarcastically yelling at their TV, it's a game too late.
Absolutely.
5 turnovers, just 8 points on the night. Grizzlies keep rolling. Mike Conley to Quincy Pondexter. Big points off the bench. A new playoff career-high 13 points for him. Conley had 10 assists. And although the bench didn't win the night in terms of how they competed against that deep Clipper bench, much better with 30 points out of them compared to 35 for the Clips.
Clippers in Memphis, Chris Paul, as we said, trying to bounce back, and Zach
First
Randolph.
name 20, last name 10 is back.
42-inch vertical, Zach.
Is that the? You sure you're talking about the right Zach? Tony Allen with
There
a.
he is. See,
Look
showing
at Zach.
Look at those hops. Look at those hops. Get up, Zach.
And he jump on a Memphis phone book.
Oh, look at
Is the
that.
question. It doesn't matter. He's effective.
He's got the sweet touch. He's got the roll around the basket, and he understands how to play the game.
Oh, okay.
This other big man. He just ran over Ryan Hollins. Made the free throw. 25-13 Memphis in front. The Clippers bench trying to get them back in the game. Jamal Crawford. Bounce and in.
Shooters roll, shooters touch.
And later in the second quarter, Bledsoe with the basketball. Eric Bledsoe, drive, and good finish. Bench points, 25 at the half for the Clippers. Zach Randolph. Gasol. And right back to the cutting Randolph. Boy, Gasol, such a great passer for a big man. Then Chris Paul showing some ball handling there. And some finishing skills as he lays it up and in. And it's a one-point game, Memphis in front. Chris Paul now hits. The end of the half, 47-46. Clippers in front at FedEx Forum. Third quarter now. Chauncey Billups to DeAndre Jordan, and he slips it to Blake Griffin for the layup and one. Made the free throw, and it's a 2-point Clipper lead. 0.6 left on the shot clock. Prince inbounds to Gasol.
And that's the difference between, the bigs in the league now in terms of Gasol and Randolph. Both of them can shoot from the perimeter. They can play inside the post. And both of them are excellent passers.
You're talking about Defensive Player of the Year. Deasy got some offense as well.
And I've been saying all year, when things aren't going well for Zach and the point guards, give Mark more touches.
Okay. Like right here.
Yes. Give the big fella more touches. He plays defense for you every night. He rebounds for you. He has a nice touch.
Now the lead is 8, and Tony Allen, Mike Conley straight on 3. Splash.
Zeke, that's been huge, his jump shot.
Conley has added the jump shot to his game, but again, his understanding and his control of the tempo and making sure that he gets others involved.
And just pouring it on. Part of that 12-0 run earlier, and then Pondexter lays it up and in, and he is fouled. And Memphis, as we said, a huge second half, outscoring the Clippers 58-36 over the final 2 quarters, and leading the way, Gasol and Randolph. What great games they put together, and Mike Conley as well with 15 and 13 assists and 4 rebounds. Just solid all the way around. Yes, Paul was better, but it was not enough, as this series is now knotted at 2 games apiece. Game 5 will be Tuesday back in Staples.
With home court, with the Hall of Famer Reggie Miller, Kevin Harlan, Jamie Margeau is on our sideline from practice yesterday. Good stuff, Jamie. Thank you. 2 minutes gone. Here is Prince, Butler in the close, and Tayshaun Prince. What a steadying influence he is for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, his best shooting performance in Game 4.
Good! Tayshaun Prince from outside. He's only gone 1 of 4 in this series. Allen is it once from outside. Gasol is right there to push it back up and in. So he's got 2, the Defensive Player of the Year in the NBA. Coming up with Randolph on the shot clock at 5. Whirls around Jordan. Too easy for the nice moves of Zach Randolph.
The old adage, what have you done for me lately?
Shot clock at 4. Here comes Gasol. Nice Randolph. What a great pass by Marc Gasol.
You always have to have your hands ready when you play with a Marc Gasol.
Realigns for 2. Picked up by Randolph. And gets some English with a nice spinner off the glass.
Well, Vinny Del Negro's told us, especially on the offensive glass, we're going to have to face guard Zach Randolph because he is too good down low as an offensive rebound.
Tooling on the perimeter, facing the double. Jordan is out there at Bledsoe. Lasers one into Zebo. 8 points now for Zach Randolph. In and out. Randolph vacuums it in and is fouled inside. Here he comes again, Mark. Into Griffin, held his ground. That is a foul. Griffin into Gasol. Griffin on him. Nice move by Gasol. What a play.
And I just mentioned I wasn't quite sure that Blake Griffin was going to be able to handle the size of.
Conley accelerates.
I'm there, Zach. I'm there.
With a foul on the perimeter. Caron Butler. He's got the makings of a big night. He's got 25 right now. 4 to shoot. Gasol with the spinner. And a sweet reverse layup inside. He is a fantastic player. He's got 9. The shooting for the Grizzlies, 40%, 48% for the Clippers. Bulldozing inside is Gasol. Finding 2 once again. Grinding it out. Here comes Billups racing the other way.
And this is what we saw Marc Gasol do the start of the second half in Game 4. Assert himself offensively.
And here comes Randolph, a sweeping left-hander. It's over Jordan, and a timeout taken by Vinny Del Negro.
And establishing himself offensively down low.
Wow, if it's not Randolph, it's Gasol. If it's not Gasol, it's Randolph. It's a torture chamber inside for Griffin.
Of Blake Griffin, he's going to have to get better offensive moves down low as opposed to just trying to be a power player.
Oh, what a shot. Marc Gasol. Here's Butler the other way. It was knocked away by Marc Gasol. And here comes Conley racing. 4-on-2, and he got it to go. Conley with great English off the glass. Down to Randolph. With a nice turnaround inside. On the doorstep, gets it to go. 11-point Memphis lead. Forcing the issue across the lane for 2.
Yeah, he's too quick for DeAndre Jordan to try to guard him down on the post. If you're Randolph, you got to face him every time and use your quickness.
Or Randolph will charge into Jordan, and Randolph scores again. 19 points for him, 13 for Gasol, 20 for Conley. Point lead for the Grizzlies. Allen drives on Paul. Picked up by Randolph. Tossing it back in, and Randolph with 21.
Tell you what, you have to aggressive down low.
Conley to Randolph. He was being held, and Conley comes up with another assist. Randolph, the length of Odom is there. It does not phase Zebo. Doesn't blink. 10 in the fourth when they needed him.
With the length, can get out in transition.
It's quick. And all kinds of defenders around him inside. Randolph with the assist. Odom defending Gasol with that sweet hook.
Yeah.
Timeout Del Negro, timeout Clippers, 48.8 to play. Gasol got, oh my gosh, they shove him down and he falls hard. He crashes into one of our, for three, Pondexter lets him fight. Rebound Gasol took him right across the chops from Barnes. Then a foul goes on Nat and 16.4 to play. Memphis goes up 3 games to 2. Big fourth quarter. Randolph had 10 in the fourth. Gasol had 8.
Thank you, Kevin. Zach, it really, truly a pivotal game.
Clippers, Grizzlies, Game 6 from Memphis. There is Zach Randolph rolling in the previous 3 games. Blake Griffin has got that right high ankle sprain. He would play but come off the bench. Tayshaun Prince takes a nice pass from Zebo. He put it in. Memphis up 12-6. Here's another look.
That looked real training camp. Fundamentals.
Blake Griffin checking in at the 4:52 mark of the first quarter, but Sam, he would only play about 14 minutes.
Yeah, he didn't play a lot of minutes. And my question is, a lot of times if you got a bad ankle, if you sit after the warm-up, it gets stiff. I wonder why he didn't start and why he was loose and ready to go from the beginning.
Griffin had 9 points. Matt Barnes erupted for 30, including 18 points in the first half. Here's Zach Randolph.
Well, look, you got to send 2-3 people at Zach on the post down there if you're going to have a chance of stopping him.
Field Green, no. Chris Paul in amongst the trees.
And Chris Paul just did everything he could to keep this team in this series. Rebounding, scoring off the dribble, shooting threes. Again, Chris Paul in there among the trees.
Tony Allen was huge. 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 steals. Memphis led 58-53 at halftime. Things get chippy right here. Chauncey Billups drags down Mike Conley. They would call it on the floor a flagrant foul. 1, they would review it, and that call would be upheld.
Well, you know what? In closeout games, you can expect things to get a little challenging at times, and here we go again. These two guys we already know are fond of each other.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Zach Randolph and Blake Griffin.
Who you got, Zach or Blake? Pay-per-view, I'm taking Zach.
So Zach Randolph was hit with a technical foul, and they called double personal fouls on this one.
Well, you got to think Blake's frustrated. Can't contribute the way he'd like to health-wise. And Zebo is going to make him pay for this.
Zach takes it right at Blake, plus the foul on Griffin. Zach Randolph, 23 points in the game on 8 of 12 from the field. Memphis led by 14. Marc Gasol got into the act as well.
And this is what I love about Memphis. They don't deviate from who and what they are like Lionel Hollins will talk about. Clippers went small, Memphis stayed big.
Matt Barnes, the layup plus the foul. He would miss the free throw, 11-point game. Tony Allen, hard to the hoop and fouled hard by Blake Griffin.
Yeah, at the rate this game was going, someone could be out for a Game 7 if there were to be one. Fortunately for the Memphis Grizzlies, they got out of this game unscathed.
They called a technical foul on Griffin on that play. Chris Paul with an all-star game move.
Pass the dribble it, fake the pass to himself between the legs, back, freezes defense, and goes in for a 3-point play.
He had 28 and 8. Mike Conley hit 3 threes. He had 23 and 7. And Jared Bayless was hitting big ones all night.
Yeah, he was. And he got his number called after not a lot of minutes in games 2 through 5. Showed up tonight.
And more shenanigans here as Chris Paul gets whistled for his second technical foul of the game, and he was ejected.
Ooh.
Sam, what do you think about that shot on Marc Gasol right there, who, by the way, is playing with a torn abdomen?
And that's exactly what I think about it. I mean, look, if you're gonna pinch in on the rebound, then you start from the block. You don't get a running start. So Chris Paul deserves that take.
Mike Conley hits the free throw. Matt Barnes starts yapping. We've seen this before.
Well, the only two guys for the Clippers who actually had great nights both leave early.
Second tech for Barnes. He was ejected. And Zach Randolph picked up his second technical foul. He was ejected as well. And exulting, up by 16 with a little under 2 minutes to go.
Seems to be the thing to do in closeout games.
Yeah, but I think Lionel Hollins is going to have a nice, long conversation with Zach. Even though, the play got very physical and Zach was being hit a lot, he's got to understand that when you're playing at the level he's playing at, guys are going to try to get you off the game.